This first video that we're going to look at is going to talk about graph transformations and how if you have a graphical representation or the equation of a function and you want to transform it, so that's to have it move up, down, left, right, you want to stretch it, shrink it, all that fun stuff. So we're going to go through the front page of your homework here, has a little table to use as the study guide. In this description section, you're going to look at that and have those as kind of like your rules. And those you definitely want to have memorized for these types of questions. So the first thing you want to see is that when we have a vertical translation, a translation means movement, so whatever that C value is that they add or subtract tells you that it's going to move up or down. And so for example, if we have the absolute value of x plus 3, this tells me to move the graph up 3. The parent function for the absolute value looks like the one on the right, so you can take a point and move 1, 2, 3, and every point will move up 3, and you can regraph that. Next one is a horizontal translation or a shift. That means if you want to move left and right, for example, if we have the absolute value of x plus 3, notice that this number that we're changing is next to the x or inside the parentheses. This tells you just to move everything to the left 3. So we can start with the vertex, 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Next one, if we want a vertical stretch and a vertical shrink, that's when you're going to have a number outside, so in the front of your function. So for instance, like the 2 times the absolute value of x says there's going to be a vertical stretch. And in order to take care of that, you're going to multiply the y values by whatever that number is. So in this case, it's 2. And an easy way for us to remember that is you see that that number is outside of the function, so you're just multiplying by that number. So if you were to go ahead and multiply, if I look at these endpoints, I see that this is the 0.23, so it's now going to be the 0.26. Same vertex, and you would go through and connect it. Next one, we have a horizontal stretch or shrink. This is where you're multiplying by the x, and notice it's on the inside of the parentheses again, which means that you're affecting the x values. So your rule is going to be to multiply x by 1/2, so it's the reciprocal of that. Or if you want to reverse it, it's the same thing as divide by 2. I like this one, but you just have to remember you're dividing by whatever number that is. So if we go ahead and do that, you will land here. How did I know that? Because this right here was the 0.23. So instead of the 2 divided by 1, so that's 1/3 to land over there. All right, this table will continue on the following page, so flip your notes. If we want to do a reflection, we have 2 different types. The first one's a reflection across the x-axis. This is if you have a negative out front. So out front is a reflection over the x-axis, and your rule is to negate your y values. So anything that is the y value, so here, land here, and here. And that's my function reflected over the x-axis. Reflection over the y-axis, take note the negative is inside of the parentheses. So you're going to negate the x values. In this particular case, this point is going to go here, and this point will go here. So for this particular case, it overlaps. That will not always happen. Okay, so at this point, you can stop the video. I want you to complete the your turn and check online with the answer key to check all of these works to see how you are doing. As you have seen in the last couple of practice exams that we've been working on in class, these questions do repeat quite often on the IB exam, so take your time.